Just like that, we back. Ross and Risky. Thursday afternoon. I'm feeling good, man. Some Lakers and Clinton division. We in the 3 slot. Denver firing a coach. Y'all tried to call LeBron Le Coach and Le GM. I see Luka over there. I got a clip of Luka doing a whole. Look at this guy.
Hold on, y'all. He say he feel good. I don't know how he feel good. How you bounce back from that L so quick?
I'm good.
I done sparked up something in here. Let's do it one more time.
Hey man, we good. We on to the next week over here, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all tap in with us, man. We talking Luka. We gonna talk Warriors. They took a big L yesterday. We got to talk Ja. It is very difficult to root for one Ja Morant with everything that he has going on. So we're gonna talk about some Ja, and then we'll get into the playoff standings, man. And that'll be it for today's ep, man. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with us on our YouTube channel, man. Go back, check them archives, check some videos. We definitely got those and them shorts. We got some funny shorts up. I might have to do a new short to clarify. Oh, we may have to just do a whole NBA top 5 point guards because we got a short up with me and you talking about Steve Nash and the way it looks, the way it sounds in that. This is why shorts can be tricky. The way it sounds in that short, Ross, and correct me if I'm wrong, my guy. It sounds like I'm super caping for Steve Nash to be a top 5 point guard. And that's actually not what I'm doing.
Oh, yes, you were. Yes, you were. Because you I don't know how we talk about Joker, and when his and where we rank him, and all of a sudden he say, well, if y'all don't rank Steve Nash top 5, he can't be top 5. So hey, we put Joker and we put Steve Nash in the top 5, and we're gonna do it. Let's do it.
See, that was my argument. Was the argument for Joker is that, well, he got 3 MVPs. And my retort is always, well, nobody makes that argument for Steve Nash. Nobody just says, hey, well, Steve Nash got 2 MVPs. He's top 5 or he's top whatever. They just are cool with excluding Steve Nash. So we'll have to come back. I got to come back and defend myself because I seen somewhere, I think I was getting roasted about that. Let me defend myself. Swing back, Negro. But let's go. Let's talk about the big game last night. Was the it was the Mavericks hosting the LA Lakers. You know, I said at the beginning of the year when the trade went out, at the beginning of the year, but when the trade went down, I wanted to be there. I wanted to go to the game. Those tickets were stupid, and so result, I was not at the game. I said what we call the F down somewhere and watched the game. It was man, just an emotional start to the game as you can expect for Luka. Let's show some of this real quick, man. This is Luka at the beginning of the game. It's been everywhere, so I'm sure that people have seen it. But this was Luka. You know, they do the tribute when you come back, and this is Luka, man, just very, very, in tears on the side. Literally in tears on the side they're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Almost as if they probably shouldn't have traded him, Ross. You did? Literally in tears, man. Emotion. He was super. He was very, very emotional, man, doing this. Luka was watching that. And I can't even imagine. You know what I'm saying? You get drafted there. You're a foreign player. They take you in. You know, you kind of grow up. Not kind of. You grow up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, when did he get to Dallas? What was he? 18, 19 when he gets to Dallas?
19, just 19.
Yeah. So you grow up there in your teens and in your 20s, your early 20s, and for no reason you didn't even see any. It wasn't like it had been friction that we had heard about between the front office, anything. Just you wake up one day and they just said, we don't want you after you literally just made the finals. You dig? They say, we good. So yeah, man, that was
that's cool. That's
yeah,
cool.
that was tough to watch.
And it's like for Luka, like you said, being a foreign born player, coming here, make like making Dallas your home, getting comfortable, getting Americanized, getting, you know, to where he finally just bought a house in Dallas, right before he got traded. And then, which is crazy. And kind of just winning over the whole city. Like we can say Luka probably was bigger than any Cowboy. Luka, Dak Prescott, Luka, CeeDee Lamb, Luka, Michael Parsons.
Yeah.
Luka was the guy for Dallas. Just that sports figure. I know they love who y'all love. Y'all love the baseball guy. I see a lot of Altuve jerseys.
Oh, that's H Town. Yeah, Altuve run H Town right now.
Oh, that's not even Dallas. See, look, I'm getting mixed up. So for Dallas, it probably was Luka, huh?
Now that you say it, now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, obviously football is king, not only in this country, but in Texas. But in terms of
like single star power, Michael Parsons, Luka.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm in the city of Dallas and I want to get a guy to show up to an event to like bring the people out, it probably gonna be Luka. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like it's Luka. You know what I'm saying? Like
and I would say like you kind of didn't see him out, so he had kind of gotten this allure around him where like if Luka did pop out like you saying, the city gonna show up. They gonna mob. So yeah, and you could see it was evident even in that arena last night. Like, man, the fire Nico chants with Nico being right there, the standing ovation for Luka, the
GOAT was in the building. Patty Mahomes pulled up. Patty Mahomes was in the building.
And even that, like, okay, Mahomes being a Texas guy, you ain't seen like that was his guy. I'm a Mavs fan. I'm me and Luka, we guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah. Like, and then shout out to Dallas's media team because it was a dope video. It was dope for me to see like somebody embrace somebody who left. Like normally it would have been weak to see them boo like they normally do. You know what I'm saying? That would have been weak.
It was just such a wild circumstance though. Like the whole thing with like Jimmy in Miami, it was like it had been so much tension there. You know what I'm saying? Like this was just we woke literally when I saw it that night. We talked about it on the show. When I saw it come across social media, when I first started seeing it, like, oh man, I thought it was what's the Twitter?
NBA Centel.
That's what I thought it was. I swear that's what I thought it was. They got somebody again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then I was like, hold on, then I saw Shams. And I was like, okay, is this a parody account? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is real? I was like, oh man. So yeah, I'm with you. And then here goes something else people caught. They caught your boy Mark Cuban. They zeroed in on Mark Cuban. And look at just this is during the Fire Nico chant. And just look at Mark Cuban's face when they zero in on Mark. Just look at the anguish on his face. Look at that. Just shaking his head like, what did we do? What in the world did we do? I mean, I think my audio got me. Can you hear the audio on that? But that's during the Fire Nico chant.
You can hear it.
Let me see. Gotta play it again. Can you hear it?
No.
All right. But this is the Fire Nico chant. And
you can hear it without volume. You can hear it. Yeah. Look at it. Look at that glare right there. He's like, God.
You know what I'm saying? He just like, geez.
And what's crazy is, I mean, we really got to take a step back, though, Roy. Last year, Nico really was GM of the year with re-signing Kyrie, the PJ Washington, signing Gafford, going to the finals.
Yeah.
Going to it was literally like, okay, Nico did a great job. And then literally, now it could be a case of, you start feeling yourself too much, and you think it's, you know, like I'm the wizard who made this happen. Oh, let me keep being aggressive and doing moves, and you kind of you bit off more than you could chew this time. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like AD can pan out, but I gotta say, and I was one of the ones who came here the day after the trade saying I thought Dallas won the trade.
You were smoking that good that day.
Yeah, it ain't looking too good. I probably was, y'all. If y'all familiar with me, I probably was. Uh, it ain't looking too hot. And like I would say, I was one of the ones also who said defensively the Lakers lost too much. Well, they've gotten better as a team defensively since the trade. They've bought in the JJ system. They did lose AD, who's a great defender, two-way guy. But what you got is you got a nuclear bomb over there in Luka. And you know what I'm saying? He can go off at any minute like he did last night. So yeah. It ain't looking too hot. Nico might be a hero to the zero for real.
And obviously Kyrie didn't play. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? But even without that, I'm just going to the box score. Anthony Davis in 33 minutes gave you 13 points, 11 rebounds.
Now keep it real though. Keep it real.
Yeah.
They played Anthony Davis the way Houston played Walter Clayton. Be real though.
I mean, you trying to win the game, right? What we doing?
But this what I'm saying. This is where I give JJ some credit. Every single time y'all play against it, because y'all are undersized. Yeah. Every time y'all play a team with a big, y'all sending that double team. You did it to Joker, you did it to Cat, you did it to AD. Yeah. Y'all sending that double so quick. And it's like it forced them to get frustrated, get the ball out their hands, not catch a rhythm. And like, you know, that's where JJ deserves some credit. JJ doing a heck of a job coaching over there.
We also gonna have to talk about, you know, me, I've been talking about Steph Curry falling, you know, with his decline on a cliff. It's not even a cliff for Klay Thompson. I'm not sure what the hell. It's just over with Klay. It's just we gotta just come to the realization that Klay's done in the NBA. It won't be. Yeah, he's not gonna be Ray Allen in Dallas. I don't see that in his future. Or maybe he could be Ray Allen in that because but Ray did Ray start? I'm sorry, I said Dallas. And when he went to Miami, was Ray a starter? Or was he off the bench? He came off the bench for the Heat.
Miami. He was a starter. He was that third person, but he did. I think that second.
I'm thinking like so: Chalmers, Bron, D Wade, UD.
Okay, so yeah, he might have been off the bench. Yeah,
I think he's off the bench. Yeah, I think he's coming off the bench. But you know, when he came off the bench, though, it was when he comes in, you know what it is. He was still shooting a high percentage. I wonder if Klay still has that, you know, that ability. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, come on, Roy. We looking. This is Klay's worst shooting year. He's shooting 41 from the field, 39 from three. Like, and he's averaging 14. Like, let's be real. In today's NBA, it's a lot of guys that's averaging 14 points, shooting 40% from three.
No, I agree.
And that'll go get you 4 years, 80 million.
Yeah, but you know,
let's be real, Roy.
You're 100% right. You're 100%
getting guys 20 million a year right there.
If I gave you those percentages that you just said for Klay, put a no-name player, told you he was 22, yes, you'll be saying that he's probably looking at a bag, right? The problem is that Klay, the Klay that became a Hall of Famer and a Splash Brother, would do that for you, right? And then he was locking up on the other end. He's no longer locking up on the other end, right? He's still shooting a decent percentage, but it's just when you watch, this is why you got to watch shout out to KG. You got to watch the games, Lord. When you watch the games, Lord, the shots that he makes, it's not those crucial impact where like you take a lead from 12 to 15 anymore or from 18 to 21. It's like, yeah, he makes shots, but it's like, you know, just in the flow now. When you need that backbreaker from 8 to 11 with 2 minutes left, those don't seem to fall anymore. And he's only playing like 28 minutes a game. So he's not playing a ton of minutes. But listen. Now, with that being said, for the right price, I'd still take him in LA though. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Now, that's what I'm saying.
For the right. But he got to get that number way down though.
It's a lot of yeah. Now I would say that 14 shooting 40 from 3, 39 from 3. That's 20 million for another guy. Clay getting paid like 30 million. So he is a little bit overpaid, but on the right team, Clay still could come in and contribute some. Like you still taking Clay Thompson in the corner because you can't leave him. You say what you want. You're not just finna leave Clay like you would a Vanderbilt or you know what I'm saying, whoever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if he's coming off your bench playing,
like Rui Hachimura is doing that, what Clay Thompson doing, and Rui gonna get 25 million a year. If it's not with LA, it'll be somewhere else.
I mean, yeah, but my argument would be that Rudy at this point in his career plays better defense, runs the floor better. You know what I'm saying? Like,
do they?
Yes, you clearly have. This man is running like he's had multiple surgeries.
But none of these kids don't play no defense, Roy. You just compare him to what he was doing. None of these kids ain't playing no defense.
I mean, so you got me there. Pause, right? I ain't gonna sit here and defend like nobody trying to, but and again, I'm trying to see his contract because I'm showing that it's a 3-year, what is he? A 3-year, $50 million deal. So what is it, like 15, 16 per?
And come on, that
I guess it's not as crazy as I thought. Yeah, it's not as crazy as I thought.
What you're gonna get is 14 points for that in today's NBA.
Yeah, but I'm cool. So at that number, I'm cool on him. I ain't gonna lie. If it's 16 per, something like that, I'm cool on that number off my bench. I'm cool. What I would do instead of doing that, I'd go get a guy a little bit more athletic or something like that, a little younger guy versus just because I don't know how much.
So what you're saying is you would go get the Harrison Barnes, and at least he can give you a little bit more versatility defense.
Just because right now Clay, again, to your point, nobody's playing lockdown deep, but like that was a part of the Clay Thompson pack. I keep going back. 5 years ago, the 3 best two-way players in the league were Clay Thompson, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard. Without question, those were the 3 best.
This is the thing. Even with you saying that, he's still 13th in threes made this year, and he's shooting 39 from 3.
And how old is Clay now?
He's still 13th out of all the people shooting 3-pointers, he's 35.
Okay.
He's still 13.
Personally, for me, 16 million is a little too steep for my liking for Clay right now. If that number was around 10 or 12, I think it can make some sense coming off my bench if I'm a contender. But at 16, it depends on, like if he can get over there. Again, I don't know what this.
Perfect example. Duncan Robinson.
Okay.
Now, we all know the shooter Duncan is.
Mm-hmm.
He's averaging 11, shooting 43 from the field, shooting 39 from 3. Clay is playing better than Duncan Robinson. Ain't nobody complaining about the money Duncan Robinson got over there.
What y'all paying Duncan?
Duncan got paid.
I mean, what's getting paid? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What he getting? Is he getting 16? He sounds like he's right around the Clay Thompson number. Which I wouldn't pay that for Duncan, but yeah.
5-year, 90 million, 80 guaranteed.
5. So how much? 80 guaranteed over 5?
Let's see what
was it. You said 80?
Yeah, let's see. About 19. He's making 19 million this year. He came in, so it's prorated. So 15 the first year, 16 the second year, 18, 19, 19.
Yeah. So right now he's making Clay Thompson money, right? So maybe that's the market. Maybe that's the market. So maybe I gotta adjust. Maybe that's the market for those guys. To me, that's too high for what both of those guys do. But if that's the market for them.
I'm saying people gotta give Clay a little grace. Nah, he's not what he was.
Yeah, I'm not giving him no grace. You compared him to Duncan Robinson. Let me do that.
But I'm saying as he's not your two-way, but Clay could. Every team in the NBA could use somebody shooting 39.
Okay, who would you rather have right now, today? Not historically, right now, today. If you could just put him on your team right now. Would you rather have Klay Thompson or Grayson Allen?
Now, see, now you see,
Who'd you rather have?
now you say Grayson.
Because he shooting the three really well this year.
Grayson's at the top of my list. If I just want somebody to come in and hit some shots, it's not too many that I'm taking over Grayson.
And then on the other end, what is Grayson going to do? He's going to play hard and play some defense for you.
And he ain't scared to fight if he got to fight. I love Grayson. I love Grayson. You're not going to give him.
And he with all that.
Yeah. I love Grayson.
All that. So, so like for me, guys in that range, so I'm looking at that like a guy like a Grayson. That's who I would try to, get in the deal. But shout out to Klay, though, man. Shout out to Klay. I don't know what Dallas is going to do because Dallas is, I don't know if you saw it, just to go to the standings for a second and we'll jump back and talk some Warriors and then the job. But if you look at the standings, the Mavericks have clinched the play-in. So they're in the play-in.
So we got to talk about it because Dallas, with all the injuries between Dallas, Memphis firing their coach, all this stuff at the bottom of the West, you had the Kings, who 2 years in a row, they've been your most disappointing team, right? And
I'm not even disappointed this year. I just expected it. Shit. It was,
So,
I'm with you. I've been just disgusted.
You had all that going on in Phoenix. We ain't talked about Phoenix in a couple weeks. They was in the position to move up and kind of be a scary play-in team because you still got to play Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, and KD. And Phoenix just kept losing, and they allowed Dallas to lock in the 10th seed.
Yeah.
So that was crazy. So Dallas, I mean, they still get a play-in spot. Now I did see in the West from the Lakers to Minnesota, it's only 2 games difference from 2 to 8.
Mm-hmm.
Now with 9 and 10 with Dallas and Sacramento, they kind of locked in at 9 and 10. But when you look at those standings, like it was crazy because you like look at Dallas with all the injuries, with AD getting hurt for that long stretch, Kyrie's out for the year. Yeah. Like they locked in. I mean, they ain't gonna win a play-in game though. Nah,
no,
it's over. It's over. I think for them, like the kid Najee Marshall played good last night.
Yeah, he played well last night. Yep,
he played well. I think you see that you got something with him, whether you keep him or trade him. I think PJ, you decide if you keep him or trade him. I think your 2 centers, you move on with them. You keep AD.
Yeah.
You keep them 2 centers. You bring in Kyrie and Clay and PJ. Clay and PJ, I would be, maybe packaging together and getting them up out of there.
Yeah, PJ definitely, I think, has some value. He's shown. I think I'm glad you brought up PJ. I think he's shown something very valuable in last year's run. I think that he's shown that he could play next to a superstar. Like if you put him in he can play Porter Jr. on a team. I think he can.
Right.
Because he just played with 2 superstars in Kyrie and Luka, and he was able to hold his own. When they needed to make corner threes, he did that, play solid defense, and that's a very valuable thing in this NBA, right? You can make yourself a lot of money being that type of guy. Because what is he, 6'8", 6'9"-ish? Maybe close to 6'7", 6'8". So maybe 6'7", 6'8".
But he play a little bigger than he is.
He does play bigger than he is. He can shoot it.
Capable defender.
Yeah. So and he can give you some toughness. He's not like a
right.
toughness. So yeah, he's a piece that if you a team out there, you could definitely. I fitting on Minnesota's team. I can see him fitting with the Knicks. I can see him fit I can see him fitting over there in with Giannis. I can just see him just, you know what I'm saying?
On our last show, we highlighted Aaron Gordon, and he's almost like a less athletic, but a little bit better offensively than Aaron Gordon. But he can play next to a superstar and benefit the same way Aaron Gordon benefit from Joker. Like PJ can benefit like that. Like he would get alleys, he would get open corner threes, he would get good little backdoor cuts.
He can play. with Giannis, he can plug him in that Bobby Portis role. Plug him right into that Bobby Portis role. You know what I'm saying? And then you good. So yeah, I think he's a valuable piece. I don't know if you saw it today, but a lot of the mainstream media, they just got on it now, right here on Ross and Risky People's Champ Radio. We was talking about it for a couple of shows now, that Michael Porter Jr. is a real asset that you can put out there for somebody as a trade piece. Right?
I didn't see who they talked about that. They've been watching Ross and Risky. Okay.
Yeah, I seen them. They was talking about that the Kevin Durant thing. That Kevin Durant is a real possibility to Denver because you can package that Michael Porter Jr. along with Bron and some picks. And the KD thing is very doable at that point. You know what I'm saying?
I called that one out.
It was literally the exact scenario you gave. It was the exact thing. They were talking about it literally today. So I was like, shout out to my man Ross, man. He broke down that whole trade that everything works. Everybody gets better. You know what I'm saying? Like Phoenix, you get a young guy in there now. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure I gave you some props on that because I saw mainstream talking about that. So they might be tapped into our feed, dog. Shout out to him, man. Get this ism. Get this. Okay, but let's go back to the standings though. So right now, locked into their spot to the play-in, you got Dallas that we just talked about. You also have Sacramento, who you mentioned a bit ago. They're locked in. So I forget, how does the play-in go? So
the play-in is 7 and 8. The winner is locked in. And then 9 and 10 will play. The loser is automatically out. And then the loser of the 7 and 8 game will play the winner of the 9 and 10.
Got you. So whoever loses, so if you 7 and 8, you got to lose twice to be out.
Right. So pretty much Golden State and Minnesota as of now. It could be Memphis depending on the next two games. But Golden State and Minnesota, whoever wins that is locked in at 7. You'll get Houston. And then that's an incentive to win that game because I think everybody would take Houston over OKC. But hold
on. No, let's explore this. Let's say everybody kind of stays where they are right now in the standings because it could change. Let's say it stays where it is. Now all of a sudden, that game a couple of days ago that the Warriors played against the Rockets is magnified now. Now I think maybe
Draymond got to go see Sengun.
And I think maybe Draymond's antics come back to bite you in the butt because now the Rockets it ain't going to be no, hey, we just happy. No. They fired up. Dylan Brooks ain't going to back down. He going to be up. And real talk, Ime with the shits.
Yeah, I like Ime with that.
So he with it. So all of a sudden you go from, hey, man, we not tripping on playing these young boys in Houston till you done kind of rattled them a little bit and got them to, you know what I mean? So.
But Draymond one of them vets, and you got to give Draymond his credit because Draymond might have been looking forward and like, okay, let's go ahead and light the fire that we need.
Yeah,
because we might have to come see them in the playoffs. Let me go ahead and put some fear in the young boy.
I'm with you because it could definitely work.
Sengun did look like he didn't want no smoke.
Sengun, you know what I mean? So, you get no disagreement from me. And then also Draymond in last night's game against the Spurs, and we'll get to that ending here in a little bit. Shout out to Harrison Barnes, but he got fouled, stepped up with like 10 seconds left, knocked down 2 free throws to tie the game up. And it was like, that's the guy you want to foul. And I was like, oh, Draymond gonna miss one of these. He's walked right up there and knocked down both of them. So I got to give Draymond his props. Like, he is a gamer.
Yeah. So, Draymond could have pulled. We know how that go too. You and I, we the old heads at the gym. Draymond could have pulled the old man trick. Let me go ahead and punk him now. Just because when I meet him in the playoffs, I need him to be a little scared. You know what I'm saying? I know I really can't mess with this young kid. So let me go ahead and try to.
This is him doing. This is Sabonis. This is Draymond and Sabonis all over again, right? Sabonis was having that hell of a year, had made the All-Star team, was a double-double machine. Draymond came in there, got physical, got in his head, and just totally took Sabonis out of the game.
Sabonis didn't even want to shoot the ball. You remember that?
Yeah, totally took
Sabonis
him out
didn't
the
even
game.
want to shoot the ball. He got a beautiful mid range. I remember that.
He just was it was just all he wanted to do was just bang with Draymond and do all that shit. And it's like
Draymond stepped on him or something. It was some Draymond. I think he stepped on him when he was on the ground.
I think he stepped on him, and then everybody the next day, oh well, he didn't really. Yes, he did. Listen, dog. Certain people lose the benefit of the doubt. Draymond has lost. Draymond Green, Grayson Allen, those guys have lost the benefit of the doubt. Was like if somebody trips and Grayson Allen is near the pile, we're just gonna blame Grayson Allen. Grayson did. We're not sitting back like I don't know. No. Grayson's history tells us he did it. Chris Paul's another one. If someone comes out of a pile grabbing a man region. Yeah, it was Chris Paul, right? We're not gonna sit here and be like, I don't know, did his arm just kind of flailed? No, Chris did it on purpose, right?
Yeah.
Like certain people just lose that.
About that game last night with Golden State and the Spurs, the end of that game got chippy. Chris Paul and Draymond, 2 gamers. That was getting pretty chippy. We got Harrison Barnes getting traded by Golden State. That was a little payback to his team. Y'all didn't want me.
Harrison got the blame for that 3-1 comeback by the Cavs. Everybody blamed Harrison Barnes for that.
He couldn't hit the side of a barn though. In that 3 games they lost.
Well, you know what I'm gonna tell you, Ross. What I'm gonna tell you is y'all blaming Harrison. Yeah, y'all blaming Harrison Barnes. And y'all told me Steph Curry top 10. What the fuck are we talking about? Give me no.
But we never blame LeBron for Dallas. D-Wade
I always blame LeBron for that.
Oh, you say D-Wade should have did more.
No. My argument for the D-Wade thing is when y'all try to say who LeBron played with, I'm like, well, hold on. He can't be that good because nobody brings up his name when LeBron didn't. D-Wade could have ended the GOAT debate. Had D-Wade went out there, averaged like 37 points a game, won finals MVP, and dragged LeBron along, it wouldn't, in my opinion, it wouldn't be a GOAT debate because we can say it would shut it down and say, well, we never saw Pippen have to drag Jordan along, averaging 37, and he win the MVP, and Jordan averaging 16 points a game. We never saw that.
No, y'all would have came out here and say how good of a passer LeBron is. Y'all would have came out here and say who was passing on the ball. What you talk about? Y'all came out here and say who made the block? who passed on the ball? Somebody got passed on the ball. What you mean? It's always something with y'all.
Hey, he was dropping dimes.
Oh, D-Wade dropped 37 because LeBron's such a good passer. Like y'all always gonna come up with something.
That's hilarious. I'm just saying, but that's been my argument though for the Dwayne thing. Is that like, hey man, that's funny though. Oh, hey, he was playing like Magic. That's why. That's funny. That's funny as hell. I didn't even think about that. That's hilarious. But no, I think it's gonna be interesting if it is Houston and Golden State in that first round matchup because I don't know, Ross. Let me think. If everything stays the way it is right now, I'm not so quick to just tell you right now, as of today, that I'm taking Golden State to beat the Timberwolves. I don't know that I'm gonna tell you that in the one game, winner take
that's
all.
what I'm saying. That's why I say that game don't matter.
Yeah,
in a one game, it might lose his mind.
Yeah, because they don't. I mean, God love him. Jimmy Butler's a great defender, but I think his best days are behind him as a defender. And that young boy can get going. And you know how he was talking crazy to Kawhi and Paul George. He was talking crazy to them. Get these old
KD and Devin Booker them last year.
Right. So he don't respect what my boy Cam and Mace, what Mace say. He don't respect no big homies.
No, at all.
It don't respect big homies. So yeah, that would be interesting. In a series. Now, obviously, you got the Steph Curry. I'm not sure what they do. Well, but they do have DiVincenzo over there. So,
and the thing with me, Roy, Randall come back. They kind of figured it out without Randall. Now you bring him back. if he don't disrupt it, that could just be like if you figure out a way. We talked about it on here. I would keep Nas playing majority of the minutes, but just let Randall kind of in them spurts that Ant need to take a break. Let Randall. You know, one thing we know, Randall can give you 20 and 10. He can walk right into 20 and 10. But you look at them, their team, they can't get punked by Gobert could, but everybody else on that team ain't getting punked by Draymond.
No, Randall,
Draymond ain't doing what he did to Minnesota.
Agreed.
and we seen DiVincenzo even want to smoke. So you know when you really look.
And Minnesota, to your point, as a matchup, if Golden State tries to go small, that probably plays in the Minnesota hands more.
Nas, because you got Nas and Randall.
Just play Nas at the.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Draymond gonna have to have a good defensive night with either one of them, because either one of them really could give Draymond the business, and then like you say, Jimmy. You can try all that tough guy stuff you want and ain't seeing none of that. And you know, and then on the opposite end, they got some defensive stoppers and Jaden McDaniels. They got some guys who can make it tough for Golden State on the other end. So yeah, that's like gonna be the perfect storm when they collide against each other. We kind of lost you, Roy. But yeah, I think that first play-in game now that's gonna be good. That second play-in game as of now is the Kings and Dallas. So me personally, the Kings they've kind of figured it out, but I'm never going with the Kings. So I would go with my heart on that one and take Dallas. But either way, and I don't think either one of them beat Golden State or Minnesota. So I think it'll probably end up the way it is now. Now, for me, the most interesting matchup, if the Western Conference ended today and it was the way it looks on the standings, that 4-5 with Denver and the Clippers, that's gonna be a hell of a series. A lot of people discount the Clippers. Think about all the storylines. That's Russ playing against the Clippers again. But then you got Zubac and Joker, who we give the edge to Joker. But what in the world are you going to do with James Harden and Kawhi? I don't know if you caught what I was saying.
No, I was listening. I was following you to that 4-5 matchup.
That one right. If it ended today, especially with Michael Malone being fired, that 4-5, that's gonna go 7. You would take Denver just to run all over them?
No, I think Denver's in trouble losing their coach now. Yeah, I think Denver's in trouble losing their coach. I didn't think so when we talked about it a couple of days ago when it first happened. But after I saw what I saw, which was Joker grabbing the clipboard and like now he's, I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like some stuff you just say, okay, that's interesting to watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, let's see what's going on here.
Well, did you see how we hit it right on the head there too? They said he had gotten into it with upper management over some of the players, and there was discrepancies. Like he wanted to play his guys. One of the guys in the middle of it was Russell Westbrook, and I believe Michael Porter was a part of that also.
It has to be. We
kind of talked about
it. Yeah, those are the two guys. Because Westbrook, as a coach, I can totally understand because he's going to give you, you like, man, he's playing hard. You know what I'm saying? But he does have his deficiencies. And I think that we kind of accurately, without being disrespectful to him, describe Michael Porter, a guy who probably is content with averaging 18 or 19 points a game, even though people look at his talent and say, man, if he quote unquote did more, he could be an all-star or a fringe all-star. You know what I'm saying? Or he could go from 18 to 25 if he, I don't want to say put in the work. I think everybody at that point puts in the work, but if he, looks to take that next step, because we know some guys are just content. Like for all the smoke that people gave Wiggins over his career, if you look at it, Wiggins is like for his career, like an 18, 19 point a game guy for his career. You know what I'm saying?
And he 100 million up. You know what I'm saying? Like some of them guys, like, okay, I am who I am.
Yeah. And I'm glad you said that part right there. Sometimes guys, we can want stuff, as fans or as coaches, even as teammates, you can want something from a guy. That's the reason that you have average players, above average players, stars, and superstars. You have that for a reason. Because if everybody could do that, if everybody had, quote unquote, that killer instinct or they had that mentality, then everybody would do. Everybody ain't wired like that. Right? So some guys say, hey, man, I'm getting 19 tonight, dog. Hey, man, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing my job. So, yeah, I do think that matchup would be interesting. As much as I hate to admit it, the Clippers could be a sleeping giant.
Right.
As much as I hate to admit that. Just because in a series, man, you got to see that firepower. And you got to beat them 4 times in like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Or a week and a half. And you never know what happens. I do love where the Lakers are right now because I would love to play Memphis. They got so much foolishness going over there right now. I would love to play them.
Yeah, I think Memphis is probably the team that everybody kind of wants to face, especially with getting rid of their coach too, and just kind of how they unravel towards the end of the year. Now, everybody knows I'm a fan of y'all. Y'all can say what you want. I'm with the Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? I love it.
So you part of the problem, but go ahead.
But Memphis, be careful what you ask for. That's all I'm saying.
No, I think have you seen their schedule? I don't think they get out of this. I think they lose 2 of the next 3.
What's their next?
So they got 3. They got 3 games left. Memphis does. They have
Minnesota, Denver, and Dallas.
They got Minnesota tonight, Denver Friday. So they got a back-to-back. They got Minnesota at home. Then they go to Denver, and then they close it out with the Dallas game. Dallas, it don't matter. They're locked into that 9-10. So I don't know what they might not even play the guys, right? So that might be a game for seeding for Memphis that they might just say, okay, we got to get this one. But Minnesota and Denver are both still playing for positioning.
And I'm looking, the Warriors are right behind them. They play Portland and they play the Clippers. Now, the Warriors lost the Spurs last night, so they can lose to anybody. But let's say the Warriors do win both of them and the Grizzlies lose. So now you got Golden State and Memphis swapping. And even Minnesota's only a game and a half behind. No, only 1 game behind. So if Memphis does lose the next 3 and Minnesota wins, it's no way that Memphis can drop to 9, but they can still drop to 7 or 8. So that shakes up everything though.
And look what Minnesota got left. Minnesota got Memphis, Brooklyn, and Utah. Utah is actively trying not to win games.
Yeah, they can run all 3 of them.
Yeah, they could easily win all 3 of those games. And now,
so if you swap Memphis and the Grizzlies,
I
you
know.
swap Minnesota and the Grizzlies.
Now it's getting difficult for my Lakers. Yeah, I know. We got a hoop now. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, the only thing that I would say is Luka give Minnesota nightmares.
Yeah.
But it's different because I think a lot of that in the early part of that series with Minnesota and Dallas last year with Luka, if you remember, Kyrie went crazy game 1. McDaniels did a pretty good job on Luka. Kyrie was the one when we all say Ant shouldn't have never mentioned that boy's name.
No, he did. Kyrie went nuts. What did we look at the schedule? What does Golden State have left? What did you say they had? They had Portland and then the Clippers.
Portland and the Clippers.
So the Portland game, obviously, I'm looking at it now. That's a Friday night game. That's a game they should go to Portland and be able to. First of all, I don't know where they want to be at, right? So I don't know what they'll do here. And that's the important thing about the NBA in this time of the year. With the especially excuse me, with the play-in. Personally, me, I would always want to avoid the play-in situation.
Because it's too up for grabs, you know.
Yeah, even if you say, hey man, we the 7th seed, we got a 1 game at home. But with these teams now, you got these superstars who could just go crazy for 1 game, and now all of a sudden you playing another game, and you might be out of the playoffs now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and
Yeah,
then
yeah, and
and
you
then
don't want to risk a guy like one, especially one of them teams with pretty much every playoff team has a superstar that could lose their mind. You don't want to
and
risk
your
that for
and your consolation prize if you lose that first play-in game, you got Oklahoma City if you went out now. Okay, well, who the hell wants to play Oklahoma City in the first round?
Mhm.
Like I understand it is Golden State and they got to get over the hump. I, I would take. I'm on my Shannon Sharp. I would take Oklahoma City in 5 over Golden State. They had to play them in the first round.
Yeah,
I think I don't like that matchup for them against OKC. But yeah, this whole thing between Memphis, well, even the Clippers though. The Clippers are so Denver's 48-32. The Clippers are 48-32. Memphis is 47-32. Golden State is 47-33. Minnesota is 46-33. The Lakers are 49-31. So
2 games.
So 4 through 8, who knows? Like the Clippers could, I don't know who got the, you got the tiebreakers and all that stuff. So I don't know how all that works out right now. But yeah, it could be all types of movement. You know what I'm saying? Over the next couple of days.
Denver or the Lakers, and the Lakers could drop the 5. Now they can't drop the 6 because it's not enough games. They 2 games ahead, but they could drop to 5. Like 3 through 5 can get shuffled up, and then from 4 to 8 could get shuffled up. So and we gotta just be honest now. And we do gotta spend some time on the East because we never really give the East too much love, even though we kind of know at the top of the standings who it is over there. But from as good as the Lakers have played in this second half of their season, look at the records in the West. Like from 3 to 8, and I'm talking, we've been critical of Denver. We've been critical of the Clippers. We've been critical of Golden State. We've been critical of Minnesota. They all play some good basketball, dog. They like you talking 14 games, 13 games, 15 games over 500. Yeah. The Lakers are 18 games above. Like it's some good basketball over there. So like just looking at them records, you got to shout out because we look at the East. Like my Magic are 500 and we're locked in at the 7. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then so like it was a lot of good basketball in the West. They beat up on each other like always, of course.
Yeah.
But like, we gotta give these teams a shout out because they all for somehow pulled themselves together in that second half of the season. Like for all of them to be bunched up like that, that's crazy.
And you know what's crazy? Just to go to the East, I'm looking at the East play-in right now. And if I had to pick the team that I think is going to come out of the play-in, because it looks like it is going this way based on the record. So the play-in is Orlando. Orlando is 7, Atlanta's 8, Chicago's 9, Miami's 10. And I promise you, this is not a troll. I fully expect the Miami Heat to come out of the play, come out of that play. Like I think the Heat come out of there, and I think it's the Heat, and I'd probably say the Magic. Yeah, I think both Florida teams come out.
Yeah, we beat the Hawks easy. We too long pause for the Hawks.
I think Orlando. Yeah, I'm with you. I think Orlando beats Atlanta. I think Miami beats Chicago, and then Miami beats Atlanta. Then they beat Atlanta.
And Miami has done this about 3 times. Yeah. Miami has done this about 3 times already.
Yeah. So 36-44, and it's gonna go down that they made the playoffs again. That's kind of disgusting. I ain't gonna be.
They went to, if you remember, they went to the finals.
Yeah,
out of the play-in.
Yeah, Yeah,
So yeah,
I mean, now look, their prize this year when they come out is gonna be getting swept by Cleveland. That's gonna
for
be their
sure.
prize this year. They're gonna get swept. Orlando will get swept too by Boston because Boston don't really play with their food like that, so they'll get swept too. So both of those.
We always get one on Boston.
I was gonna go with giving Orlando one, but I think Boston. So I'm not gonna say I totally disagree with you because that was my first mind. But I think Cleveland is definitely gonna sweep Miami, and I think Boston. I think Boston's gonna understand they have to keep pace because they're on a collision course for the conference finals. So they kind of got to get out of that series as soon as possible. Going to 5 games is just a complete waste of everybody's time. They got to get out of that as soon as possible because the next round, who they looking at? I think they got the Bucks. They got the better draw. So they would have the winner of the Knicks and the Pacers, right? I'm sorry, no. The Knicks and the and
no, Pacers and the Bucks. 1 and 8 will play the winner of 4 and 5.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about Boston. Boston would play the winner of 3 and 6.
Okay, yeah, the Knicks or the Pistons.
Yeah, see, I like that matchup better. I think that's an easier matchup for
yeah, I was gonna say for Cleveland, like great year, but meeting the Bucks in the second round could be ugly.
Yeah. Because Giannis can get all the
whoever has the second round. Yeah.
Yeah, Giannis can get all your bigs in foul trouble. And then if Dame decides to show up, you know what I'm saying? Like he can get going, and here we go. So it's gonna get into that second round in the East is gonna be real interesting. It's gonna be real interesting.
And to be honest, the Knicks can't play with the Pistons. The Knicks, if the Knicks met the Pistons, that could get scary because like the Pistons, they are a young team. They ain't been there before. But one thing we know about the Knicks, towards this time of the year, all them guys from playing all them minutes get beat up.
Yeah.
Offensively, they struggle to score. The Pistons are going to dirty up and muck up every game, make it a dogfight. And like, yeah, that 3 and 6 over there, that ain't looking too hot.
It definitely ain't a cakewalk.
If I was the Knicks, I think the way the Knicks are built, I would almost want to go through Indiana or Milwaukee over the Pistons just because that's gonna be a fight. I think just with what the Knicks do well and the style of play that they want to play, I don't think they can do that against Detroit. I think the Knicks can go in there and be too physical for Milwaukee because Giannis the only one you can create a wall, foul a lot, send them to the free throw line, and shut everything else down. I think Indiana, they just too soft. I think the Pistons a bad matchup for the Knicks. That might be.
I can definitely see it. If the Knicks win, I think it's minimal 6 games though.
Yeah, for sure.
Minimal 6-game series. Like Detroit, like quiet as it's kept over there. That's why they kind of got into it. Their coach was upset because he's like, "Hey man, Detroit is trying to rebuild that toughness culture over there. That hey, yeah, we don't have all the pretty offense and all that. We got Cade, then we got a bunch of rough riders over here. You know what I'm saying? If you come play us, this is how we gonna play."
But you look at what they got, the other Thompson twin that don't get as much love as the one in Houston. But he's a baller. And that boy Isaiah Stewart, he a punk cat. Hey, what my boy Nick Young say? When he mocked Cat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No.
Shout out to Cat, man. Nick Young crazy as hell. Yeah, they no, I'm with you. Cat at some point, and I want to go back to this something real quick here, but at some point, some of these guys, I don't want to say reputation, but just their legacy is going to start being in question in terms of, because this is what we do, specifically in basketball, is we start rating guys all time. We start like re-ranking guys, and you got some guys now who are before our eyes are growing up, and all of a sudden they're no longer in an upward trajectory in their career, meaning that like they're just at an age where they're kind of on the getting to the backside of their career. So you got guys like Cat, where it's like at this point, Cat, you're defined, like your career has been defined by you being a little soft, being a little passive, and when we really need you to show up, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, are you ever gonna do anything? And what a better stage than being in New York right now. But are you ever gonna do anything to like change that narrative about you? Then you got guys like Giannis and Joker, who got the MVPs, they got the one chip, so they're kind of on a tier, to borrow a phrase from Nick Wright. But their next step is, okay, are y'all going to rarefied air? Are y'all going? I'm gonna say it right now. I don't think Giannis or Jokic wins another championship as the best player on the team. I don't think either one of them win a championship as the best. They can potentially win another one, but as the best player on the team, don't think it's gonna happen for him. I don't think it's gonna happen for
him. I don't know how I feel about that.
Hot take for you. There you go.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I can go with that one.
Okay. Listen,
Giannis might not. Joker could still, because any team Joker goes to, anybody who comes to his team, he's gonna be the best player on the team. If Joker and them get KD next year, they can go win the chip. He's still gonna be the best on the team.
I would agree. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Oh, so you don't think as a franchise they make it happen? You think his ability, he's just ceiling.
Here's what I think. I think that we're gonna have to relook at Kevin Durant. Because where the hell has he gone? And good things followed when he showed up. So we gotta have to really look at Kevin Durant outside of Golden State.
That made y'all cry. Yeah, y'all was crying. Y'all hate him for that.
Yeah, outside of him combining powers with a 73-win team, that's
what I'm saying. He can go play with the best player in the league now.
Yeah, but he's not going for a 73-win team. That team in Denver, and you got to acknowledge this. That team is built on Jokic being the best big and the best player in the league for 3.5 quarters, and then Jamal Murray taking them home at the end. That's how that team has been built. Come on, man. Jamal Murray's the guy at the end of the games.
That's cap. That's just against the Lakers.
Okay.
That's just against the Lakers. That's cap.
So what is your?
How many times we've seen Joker hit daggers like this?
Against who?
We've seen him hit
against who?
The Lakers.
Oh, so I thought Jamal Murray was the one against the Lakers. Now it's Joker.
And Joker did too. We saw AD had his hands up. Like, what else can I do? Joker caught. We seen Joker, the man hit. Bro,
what I'm telling
Anthony Edwards just triple teamed him on an inbounds play at the end of the game, so he wouldn't hit a buzzer beater.
I'm not saying he's not great. I'm just simply telling you that come playoff time, whose game raises up further? Because Joker always plays at this level. I'm not saying he don't step it up even more, but Jamal Murray goes from right here to up here come playoff time. That's what he's done historically. He's played much better in the playoffs. Now, with all that being said, they got one championship. They got one chip appearance. So that's always my issue with Jokic. We can't just say historically guys that are on those Mount Rushmores and all that, like upper echelon top 10s, they've been to at least multiple finals. Clyde Drexler, before he came to the Rockets, had already went to a finals. Hakeem Olajuwon had his team in the championship game in year 3 or year 2 when he first came out.
Don't do this, Roy. That's some LeBron stuff now. Now we count
how many finals you appeared in. What I'm telling you is that people
finals you appeared in.
So it don't matter. So you're telling me all-time great players, you can just collect. This is what y'all accuse LeBron of, just collecting stats. So you can just collect stats, win one chip, you a made man for life. Okay, I mean, I'm with it if that's the rules.
No, how many did you win?
Okay, there we go. That's my point, is that once you get to a certain room of guys, the argument and the conversation becomes, how many did you win and how'd you win them? And that's why I said, as the lead dog, I don't think Giannis or Jokic win another chip as the best player on the team. And I'll give you another hot take. I don't think Jokic plays that much longer.
Now you said that, and I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I think Jokic at the end of his contract says, you know what? I'm going to the Forum over here with my country, my brothers.
So let's see. He's this is 9th year. He is, how old is he? 30. Oh, he's only 30, bro. He's, man, and the way he plays, he already got an old man game. He can play. He can do this for another 5 years.
My argument is I don't think he wants to. That's my argument. It's not that I don't think he physically can.
He probably could average a triple-double for the next 4 years.
But does he want to? That's my point. The coach is going now. He's only had one coach this whole run. Now he's finna bring. We don't even know who the coach is going to be, first of all. Are they going to elevate the guy that's there now? Is he going to be the coach moving forward? Who else they going to bring in? Who's out there? Who do you actually want as a coach? Because Memphis needs a full-time coach now. Denver needs a coach. People would say those are two good jobs. You got superstars at both. Obviously, you got Jokic, which is a different level. But who do you really see out there? I mean, it's a lot of young guys that I don't know, but I'm just talking like, who can you say, okay, to go get such and such? Who the fuck is this coach?
Yeah, I was thinking that. I don't even know who, unless you was to go and like take a coach from another team. And I was going to throw this.
Take one of these assistants?
No, I was like, we've seen teams trade head coaches, you know what I'm saying? Or you know, if your time is just expiring, it's getting dry at one team, you just move on. And I was thinking like, man, I would love Ty Lue over there in Denver. I would love Ty Lue, but the Clippers figured it out. They rolling, so you can't really mess that up. Like, I'm taking the Clippers to beat Denver
I'll
first.
throw a name out there for you. I think he's on Ty Lue's staff, but I don't know what staff he's on. I like to see Sam Cassell in Memphis. I like to see him in Memphis. I think Sam Cassell's been a long-time assistant in the league. He's played in the league. I know he won 2 chips with the Rockets. I think he got one with Boston as well, if I'm not mistaken. So I think he got 3 chips. I think he got a 3rd chip with somebody.
I'm gonna tell you, I want to see Chauncey get out of Portland and go to Memphis. Chauncey,
yeah. He's done a great job in Memphis. He's done a great job in Memphis.
Because the way they play, that almost fits Memphis's whole thing.
I think Chauncey's shown that he's a good coach. I hope at some point, what's my guy's name from North Carolina? Jerry Stackhouse. I hope he gets another chance at some point. I know he's an assistant right now with, damn it.
You know who I like? He was in Memphis and he got fired, and I don't think it was his fault. Fitzdale. I like Fitzdale.
Yeah. He's out of that. Is he out of that Miami coaching tree?
No. He
followed
LeBron. Wow.
Yeah,
he was over there. He was in the Lakers too. But I like Fitzdale. I like him.
Yeah, I like Fitz. Yeah, okay. So now that I'm thinking about it, it's some guys out there that can use a second chance.
Yeah, the other coach though, what's his name? Quinn Snyder. He was a pretty good coach. I kind of liked Quinn.
Yeah.
Billy Donovan got to get out of Chicago too. Billy Donovan, he been doing okay, but I think it's just run dry. What about my boy that Milwaukee did wrong? Adrian Griffin.
Had a winning record.
Than they had the year before and got fired.
Yeah, I think that he should be at the top of people's lists because it wasn't, that was an inside, that was some Game of Thrones shit that happened to him.
He shouldn't just be never get another job.
Is the NBA done with Mike Brown?
Yeah. I can't.
I'm fine with that. If the NBA is done with Mike Brown, that's cool. I wasn't politicking for him. I was just throwing it out there. I'm trying to get a brother a chance. Ross don't want black coaches to get a chance. I was trying to help you out, Mike Brown.
I done said 3 black coaches. I said Fitzdale. I said my boy Adrian Griffin.
I was trying to help you out, Mike Brown. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? They don't want you, dog.
I ain't like Mike Brown since he was at Cleveland with LeBron.
Will they? Hey, here goes to something. I know the Lakers looked into him last year. Now that he's lost no three-peat, will the NBA kick the tires on Hurley again?
Well, what about my guy who the Lakers fired, who had him in the Western Conference Finals the year before? Darvin Ham.
Nah, I'd advise it. Shout out to Darvin Ham, man. I saw him break a backboard in college. I was a young boy when I saw it. Like, God damn. Yeah, I'm cool on Darvin.
Darvin did a good job, man. Y'all was wrong with Darvin. Y'all, listen. If Darvin had this team come on now. Y'all gave Darvin Russ and all them other bad moves.
Oh, now you blaming Russ. See? Shout out to Russ, man.
And now JJ get Luka, and we all want to say how good a job JJ doing. It don't seem you and I could go coach Luka.
Yeah, I mean, you just get that motherfucker the ball.
you just tell everybody else to just work hard and get out his way. What I'm saying? Be ready to shoot.
Yeah, so I guess it is. I mean, so now that we've kind of thrown it around, shit, we've probably thrown out a dozen coaches now.
Vogel?
No, we're good on Vogel. No. He's done it.
Vogel won y'all the chip.
And then he got abruptly fired, went to Phoenix, and has been horrible.
Another bad front office.
How about it's just Vogel?
Sometimes what we got to stop doing, like for example, prime example, Dallas. Mm-hmm. Okay, now if Dallas loses in the play-in and then start off rocky next year on the losing record, they gonna fire J Kidd and try to scapegoat J Kidd when really it's the front office. That's been happening more and more in the NBA. We talked about the guy in Milwaukee. It ain't his fault y'all traded Drew for Damian Lillard thinking you was going to get better offensively, and now nobody can guard nobody. We got to hold these GMs and these front offices. We got to hold them to it. We can't just keep throwing the coaches away. Okay, in Phoenix, that's a front office thing. That ain't necessarily coaching. I don't know what coach. I don't think Pat Riley or Phil Jackson would have been able to win with that team because it's just a bad roster.
Yeah.
So some of these times when these managements and these GMs make these bad trades, Darvin Ham, he wasn't the best with his lineups, but we all knew it wasn't going to work with Russell Westbrook. We all knew it was going to work with D'Angelo.
Yeah, and I think what's funny when that was one of the first lines of business. I knew that JJ was trying to get rid of D'Angelo. I was like, yeah, he's trying to get him up out of there.
As soon as he got there,
he trying to get him up.
JJ gave D'Angelo a good 2 weeks. Hey, I ain't rocking with you.
Get his ass fuck up out of here. Yeah, no. But yeah, I guess after we went through it, hell, it's a lot more coaches out there that deserve a second chance.
And it seems like that's really the truth behind this Denver thing. So I was just looking. So the team didn't like the handling of Russell Westbrook and some of the other guys. And I was just kind of reading. So Russ is up for the contract next year. It seemed like, hey, Russ having a pretty good year, but we can't have you come and outplay your contract and have to decide if we're going to pay you or not. And you putting up numbers, but we saw the percentages and we saw the turnovers.
Yep.
So Michael Malone, like, hey, what y'all giving me? What y'all giving me to work with? You know what I mean?
No, real talk.
And after I won my chip, shout out Teague and 520 and them. I heard them kind of talk about it and it made a lot of sense. After I won my chip, y'all ain't give me the chance to run it back. Y'all went and didn't sign Bruce Brown, got rid of Caldwell Pope, didn't draft nobody in return, and then you bring me Russell Westbrook, and you want me to make chicken soup out of chicken? You know what I'm saying?
Well, but this is what happens with championship teams, though.
So Michael Malone, I'm saying it. Michael Malone could go somewhere else and turn it around if they give him because some coaches get the power. You look at a Spoelstra, you look at Ty Lue, you look at Pop, you look at Steve Kerr. Like some coaches, you can tell they have the power to have their hand in some of them back meetings and roster movement and stuff. And then some coaches don't have that power. So, we can't really I'm sure Jason Kidd wasn't on board with this Luka thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he didn't even know about it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now look at what you give me to work with. Now if Dallas go and they lose the next 40 out of 50. And that ain't got nothing to do with Jason Kidd. We all know he a good coach.
Yeah, so I agree. I think Jay Kidd is going to be gone. I think Ty Lue's going to be gone from the Clippers next year or the year after. Not because I don't think he's doing a good job, but just because it gets to a point to where you just got to move on from a guy. Because I think that
even with him, it's kind of like y'all keep allowing Kawhi like this is bigger than me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's gonna have to just move on. And that happens too sometimes, right? When if you haven't won a championship and you've just been there and it's not working after 6, 7, 8 years, we're just gonna have to. It's not you, it's me. Shit, like we just got to move on. You know what I'm saying? It's not you, it's me. We just got to move on as an organization. Just go just get a different voice. Because you don't have the chips on the wall. The Malone thing was different because he had not only won a chip, but just won the damn chip. And you're firing him 5 games before the playoffs. So we've never seen that before. Somebody had a stat that over the last, I think it was ESPN, I saw it. The last NBA Finals, only 2 coaches are still coaching the teams that they coached in the finals from the last 5. It's Spoelstra and Steve Kerr. All the other coaches are fired.
That's crazy. Because Monty Williams with Phoenix.
Everybody's fired.
Goku with Boston. Yeah. I would say what's the young guy? Missoula. He was the only other one.
Yeah. Missoula's still there. But I think they were saying, because Missoula just won it. But all the other those out here just winning a chip used to mean like that bought you 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Now you win a chip. These organizations are like, hey, I hear you. Because, for good, bad, better, or worse, they are really listening to these superstars. So when you get LeBron and AD signing off on one and Russ, or when you get Giannis saying that, I really do want Dame to come over here. Organizations are saying, okay, cool. And now to your point, as a coach, you now have to try to figure out how to make it work. When as a coach, you might be like, hey, bro, I know Dame is really good, but for our team, like the way I want to coach in our style, he don't fit this. You know what I'm saying? So, but they're listening. If you're the owner, you're going to listen to let's keep it a buck. The best player on the team is making $50 to $60 million. We're paying that coach, what, 5? I need to listen to this motherfucker. We're paying this motherfucker $60 million.
And 350, 400 million and 250 guaranteed. I'm gonna listen to the guy that I'm paying $250 million to.
Yeah. Who you want to play with again? Let's go get him because that motherfucker I'm paying a whole lot of money, and we can go get a different coach. You know what I'm saying?
Right. We can spare a little $10 million for a different coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So. But I just want to go back to this before we close tonight because I think I know you talked about it. I know you said you're not mad and I'm not mad at the antics per se, but it's very difficult to root, at least for me, to root for Ja Morant. He's going down a path with the foolishness, in my opinion, that I'm not sure what he's trying to I'm not sure the point. It's certain stuff you say, like Iverson, for example, back in the day. Iverson was like, hey, man, I'm going to be me. And Iverson wasn't doing anything. He was just being himself. And the NBA just at that time wasn't ready for a guy wearing his cornrows, getting a bunch of tats, wearing his jewelry to the game. But he wasn't doing anything, right? He wasn't throwing up gang signs on the court or nothing. Like, he was just hooping. Like, on the court, it was just literally just he was hooping. You know what I'm saying? But they was mad at how I don't need you, Ja, after you've done in multiple games. First of all, you got in trouble already before for doing the little gun stuff. Then in multiple games you do it, you get hit with a fine. So now instead of doing the guns, you hit a three and you decide you want to throw grenades, right? Come on, Ross. On the surface, it's no big deal, but it's actually a big deal. I'm sorry, Ross. Maybe I'm the old nigga in the room now, but come on, man.
You for sure the old nigga. Come on, man. Boy, that's the Call of Duty. That's the Call of Duty mode.
I don't care. Okay. You can't do this no more. And I think the NFL or you can't do this the next slashing no more either. It's just certain stuff you can't. We can't do it.
Right, but Roy, I mean, I think the reason why is because he's being targeted. So after the 3-point and him doing this, I know you've seen the collages and the different pictures and videos of all the other guys doing the same exact celebration. And if you watch, it's a whole NBA thing.
But Ross, you're the one that we caught with guns. You got in trouble for guns, though, fam. You're the one
he got in trouble for having a gun on his video. He didn't shoot nobody. He didn't do nothing.
So we got to wait till you shoot somebody? We're trying not to get to that point. We're trying not to get there. What we're saying is, and I agree with you. He is being targeted.
It can't be we're banning Ja from this specific celebration. If it's not a league-wide ban on this specific, like you can't say, okay, we're banning this for the guy who actually slit somebody's neck in real life. No, it's a league-wide thing. Nobody can do this. Now with Ja, you can't. When there's videos of everybody shooting threes and doing this, you can't say, okay, Ja, for you don't do it because you had a questionable suspension because you were sitting in the car with a kid and he took a video while you had a gun in your hand. Come on, man.
Here's what I'm gonna tell you.
Like, no gun crimes.
Here's what I'm gonna tell you. Life ain't fair all the time, Ross, because statistics say people who drive red cars speed, or on average, they get more speeding tickets, they get pulled over more. Now we know everybody speeds, but you got this bright red color car, so to eyes, they get pulled over, they get stopped more, they get more speeding tickets. And actually, I think it's still that way, that if you got like a red color car, your insurance is even higher to get insurance because they know those stats, right? Hey, fam, it just is what it is, right? I don't know what to tell you. This is what you're saying. Well, they didn't catch those other guys doing it. We're probably not.
I'm saying it has to be a league-wide. You can't.
I'm with you, but like if we didn't catch you
for individuals.
But what I'm saying though, like we're paying more attention to you. I'm not saying it's right that you got a red car, so we're looking at you more. But we didn't see the nigga with the green car that did it. We missed it. We missed it. We saw you though, so we're bringing it to you.
It's dudes in the NBA that actually got in, like, committed crimes. Miles, who's the one guy? Miles Bridges. He choked his baby mama,
and he got suspended for like the year. But if Bridges hit a shot and then did this, I guarantee you he'll get fined. Like if Bridges hit a shot and started doing this, whoa, hold on.
I love it. It's the same thing as when Ocho did. No, who was that? Randy Moss did the moon. When Randy Moss imitated
in Green Bay, yeah.
So to me, Ja with the grenade is okay. Since y'all are targeting me. It's the same thing as the Yankees with them bats. Okay, let me go read the rule. Okay, you don't want finger pointing gestures? All right, well, watch this. I'm going to be creative. And that's just creativity. And the kids caught on. And, okay, so now what you going to say? John Morant, you can't celebrate? No, right? Essentially, that's just what they want to say.
No, what I'm going to say is that
y'all didn't like it when he was gritty. Y'all didn't like when he was gritty.
Stop.
NBA young boy. No, he was doing it's a parade in my city. And y'all was saying, "Oh, he think he NBA young boy. That's what's wrong with him now." Oh, that NBA young boy.
NBA young boy, Ross. He was running around, but he wasn't getting fined for that though. He's getting like this right here. He got fined for, and as if I'm the commissioner, if I'm Silver, I don't want my players gesturing that they're throwing grenades into the stands. I'm sorry, I don't want.
Could have been fireworks.
I don't give a damn what it is. I don't want them gesturing.
It could have been the little sparkling fireworks.
Hilarious, by the way. I don't want them.
I don't bottle rockets.
Don't throw anything toward my fans. Don't do that. Don't throw anything toward our fans.
How about air? That? He threw air.
I don't want you to gesture throwing anything.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Like again, when Ant does the DX stuff, that's no. Ant, no. That's no. We're not doing that. No.
Why?
Ross, they banned the Sam Cassell Big Nuts dance. You can't do that. You can't do the Big Nuts.
I've seen LeBron do it.
He probably got hit with a fine. You can't do it. He can't do the Big Nuts. Sorry. Listen, it's gonna be certain stuff you can't do, bro.
Listen, Roy, I've been to a lot of NBA games.
Okay.
A lot more, and I've been blessed to sit pretty close. There's a lot more worse being exchanged between the players and the fans, especially in opposing arenas, than a hand gesture of this. We seen Kyrie walk and literally do this. We've seen Kyrie come with the sage. We've heard Kyrie cussing out fans. We've seen Draymond walk up to a fan, "Hey, I slapped the S out of you." I saw Pat Bev confront a fan and saying, I seen Russell Westbrook, "Hey, watch your effing mouth. I beat your," we've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot more. Come on, Call of Duty celebration. Like when you even see the announcers, when they shoot bombs away, that's a common saying, bombs away.
Yeah, but they're not literally out. See, so you're in my opinion, you're trivializing it a bit by saying, "Oh, it's just a Call of Duty celebration." Okay, cool.
It is.
Okay, cool. Well, listen, everything can come from somewhere. First of all, Call of Duty, they didn't create throwing bombs and covering your ears. That's a gesture that people do when they throw a bomb, you cover you. That's been going on forever, right? So just because I seen it on a cartoon or on a video game, I should be able to come. So now I should be able to come in there and go and start.
No, the whole thing. He snatched the clip out with his. That's the Call of Duty emotion. That's the motion on the Call of Duty.
I'm telling you is go play
Call
of
real
Duty.
Soldier dropping a bomb by pulling the pin with their mouth.
I'm telling you
no.
Go play Call of Duty. Just go play Call of Duty. Listen, you can't bring everything onto the court, fam, because everything that you just named with the interactions with the fans, it's a lot of those interactions where those fans was in the wrong, and some of those fans have been banned from games. So it's not like the NBA isn't doing anything about this stuff. Like, we don't want people going into the stands. We don't want fans being disrespectful and going crazy. But yes, is there some interaction where fans are having back and forth? Yeah, it happens all the time. It's been happening. Your man, Vernon Maxwell used to go in the stands all the time, getting that respect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it happens, but we're not saying that like that's dope. No, you get fined for that. That's my only thing. These fines are justified. It's a bunch of stuff he can do. It's a bunch of Call of Duty celebrations he can do, Ross. Why are you doing the violent ones? It's a bunch of stuff you can do. It's a whole bunch of them you can do.
That's violent.
A damn bomb? When did a bomb not become like, what is that?
How do you know it was a bomb, Roy?
Well, you tell me what it was. I don't play Call of Duty. So what was it?
But I'm saying, how do you know?
I don't play Call of Duty.
It could have been the smoke bomb. It's smoke bombs on Call of Duty. It could have been the smoke bomb. That's what it could have been, the flare. That's the flare on Call of Duty. You got flares on Call of Duty. It could have been the flare. You can't
smoke bomb, pipe bomb.
No.
Damn. I don't care what it is.
We can't just keep penalizing Jock. Like, at the end of the day, the man took his punishment. The man was never arrested. The man ain't shoot nobody. The man ain't beat his baby mama. The man ain't really commit no crime. It's just okay. It's we don't want you giving this out when we're paying you this much. When much is given, much is tested.
Let me ask you.
I feel that, but at the end of the day, like we got to move on from that, bro.
Can I ask you a question, Ross? Would you agree to this? Would you agree that since the transgressions that whatever they were, justified or not, would you agree that Ja Morant on and off the court has lost a significant amount of money?
Yeah, by Nike. Yeah.
Powerade. Remember, he had the Powerade. They dropped him. Nike dropped him. He lost NBA money because he got suspended for that whole year. Didn't make
all NBA teams.
So he's already lost at least 100 M's that he can never make back up. By the way, he's never gonna make up the 100.
But I still gotta be me. This is me. Obviously, this is who he is.
Cool, no problem.
And if he's not harming anybody, and he's like, what we gotta stop doing is Ja is not like this bad. He's not leaving this bad stain on the product. Like, if anything, the game missed Ja. If anything,
what has he done this year to get any? Like, he hadn't really.
No, it's because they won't give him. Now they're playing this game with him, and they won't even give him the just due and what he deserved. But like, it's the let's look at the young guys, and we are very critical of the young guys. The Anthony Edwards, the Ja Morants, they're the future because Luka and Joker don't care. Jason Tatum.
I don't know how much, Ross. How much do Ant and Ja care?
They at least care enough to like.
Ant said he don't want to be the face of the league. He don't care.
It don't matter when you poll the kids and you go and you see the kids. They tried all they want with Ja. You still see them kids wearing them Ja Morants in the gym. You still see them kids doing the same little gritty. Every time the kids make a good pass, what they do? Come on now. And how many times we seen dudes like they want to talk about the 3-point celebration with this? Dudes have been throwing the blunts. Like that's been going on for the last 15, 20 years.
Well, but see, I filed that under. That's under my. You've never heard this before, but I got a Lil Jon rule. I got a Lil Jon rule. So that gets filed under the Lil Jon rule, and you know exactly where I'm going. The Lil Jon rule is when mainstream doesn't know what something means or they're just not up on it, well, mainstream doesn't know what it means. When Lil Jon came out and they wasn't bleeping it out, this is back when radio used to bleep out stuff. When he came out, all skeet, and everybody was just, yeah, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, hold on, what the fuck is he talking about? And then it was, so it's the Lil Jon rule, right?
You call it the Lil Jon.
Yeah, it's the Lil Jon rule because white folks didn't know exactly what. Yeah, they ain't know what the hell he was talking about. Oh, skeet, motherfucker. They're like, yeah, oh, skeet, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They ain't know. They were just playing that on. They was letting little kids say it at the school, all kinds of wild shit, right? So that's the Lil Jon rule. So when people do this, some people think that's just the, okay, or I'm just doing. They don't know that somebody's throwing up anything. Now, when you got somebody who was, I think John Wall started going too crazy with it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. He was really the one.
But John Wall started actually throwing up, right? He started stacking on niggas. He started banging on. So he was like, whoa, hold on. We got to no more of that, nigga. But yeah, some of this stuff. See, like I'm different though. If I'm Adam, I think it's Adam Silver. I would have fined Russell Westbrook's little ass when he did the no. When he did the Nipsey Hussle tribute,
the 2020.
Yeah, I would have fined his ass.
And what he crip walked or something? What he did?
Yeah, he was like, y'all know what that mean? That 20 plus 20, y'all know what that mean? And he was like, whoa, hold on, we don't know what that mean. We don't want to be associated with that in our league, sir. Fuck out of here. $50,000. Let me get that.
You are Uncle Tom.
Tom. Bro, hold on. So you want your league? So here's what you're telling me. You want your league to be associated with a street gang that just had a 20-man indictment. That's what you want your league to be associated with.
No, but we got to be honest. The league is 80% black.
We not gangbangers. Hold on, don't put my people as hey, it's black people banging.
Majority of these guys come from inner cities.
So
let's just be honest. And what our we know, let's be real, Roy. You going and you getting these kids from these inner cities and these hoods, and you're bringing them to being millionaires. And that's what we love about the NBA. That's why we love the NBA. We know people watch more football than basketball, but we all agree that the NBA, when it comes to being first on what's right, when we look at the
but we talking about gang banging though, Ross. That ain't got nothing to do with civil rights.
We gotta just be honest in what the NBA is. Like, that's why they messed up when they tried to make them wear suits. And when they tried to ban the swag, and it's like, nah, that's what basketball coincides with the ghetto. Let's just keep it 100. Basketball coincides with, and every ghetto is a bunch of kids with a basketball, and majority of the NBA is inner city. You got your Grant Hills and you got your guys who grew up good, but majority of them guys is inner city guys from the ghetto. So, you might not, I wouldn't say go and put on the commercial, but you can't just go and find, come on, man. We don't want to see that, man.
60, 20 plus.
It's just like Draymond, just like what I was telling you with Draymond, or with Detroit Pistons. Same thing. It's the same thing.
No, they're just playing a physical style of basketball.
I'm saying you can't lose the I'm all for the court essence.
Gang banging has nothing to do with basketball. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No, I feel you. And Russell Westbrook, that's why he said, it's 60s, 20 plus 20 plus.
And I would have known what it meant.
He would have came out and said $60,000. Said, yeah, on hood, neighborhood, bro. You know what I'm saying? Then okay, I get it. But you gotta be able to let them express themselves.
Nah, I'm not gonna let you express gangbanging in my league. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I apologize to you, Ross. I can't do it. I'm running a corporate business.
He did not listen. 20 plus 20 plus 20 could just equal 60. Now, if you want to go and connect the dots between what the 60 stand for, and look at Russell Westbrook came from here, and this the day that Nipsey Hussle died, and 60 on the day that that's you putting your stuff together. 20 plus 20 plus 20, it ain't nothing wrong with me saying that.
I'm with you. And what I would have told him is, I'm going to add 20 plus 20 plus 20 and give you a fine of that amount. So let me know how that works out for you. That $60,000 fine. Hey, let me know how that worked out. I'm just simply saying, fam, at a certain point, you're a professional, right? You saying people come from the inner city. Well, black people that work in corporate America come from the inner city as well. They can't go around their job talking about gangbanging stuff in meetings or outside of meetings. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? This ain't the time or the place for you to be doing that. And I'm saying you're selling at a time in which the NBA is, people are talking about like the ratings are down, this is down. And I'm not saying because the ratings are down, y'all need to come out here and be, we're just gonna, no, I ain't saying that. But goddamn, Ross, I think it's a pretty big gap between motherfuckers showing emotion.
You know when the ratings went down?
What's that?
When they started doing the Kyrie and the John Morant and all that bull.
Yeah, but that's not. But so the only place where I'm disagreeing with you at is that I think that's different from niggas doing throat slashing, throwing up bees, and shooting and doing gun fingers. I think that's
able to throw slash. You should be able to throw slash.
Listen, to a certain, I'm with you. I don't think the throat slash thing. I think that's OD for me. But like even the NFL said, we gotta take this. We can't keep doing this right here though. The NFL, yeah, we can't, because the NFL, they know what it means now. It was under the Little John rule for a while, and now they've wisened up and said, "Oh, hold on."
They had the whole LSU championship team get the gap in the White House.
It looked like
White House.
They had white women doing it. It looked like a cool little we just and then the Little John rule.
What's the gap? What's the gap?
Well, first of all, we have, 2A, you know what I'm saying? It was a cool little song, they thought. And then it was like, yeah, we can't do it. They said, hey, all that, who was it? All the Texas, the UT quarterbacks. Oh, no, all that, nope, that's done. We done with that. We're done with it. Once them white folks understood what it meant.
And listen, I'm happy you said that. And that was Arch Manning. He ain't come from no hood, nowhere. Well, he know it's time.
Well, I was gonna disagree with you when you was talking about these basketball. I don't think most of these basketball players that make it, especially the stars, them niggas ain't from no hoods like that. Ja Morant ain't from no hood like that, dude. He's a good kid from a good family. Stop.
But we all know.
You can want to be something all you want to be.
Roy, we all know, okay, Ja Morant might not come from that right there exactly. Like his dad played basketball and whatever. Boom. He come from a 2-parent household, whatever. Ja Morant ain't that far down the line. He got a cousin. Ja Morant grew up in South Carolina. He ain't that far away from that. You know what I'm saying? He played in Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
I'll just read it. I'll read this real quick. The NFL has banned the nose wipe celebration due to its association with gang culture and its classification as a violent gesture. See, it's very simple. See, once we understand what the hell y'all are doing and what it's associated with, we're done with that now. See? We get you up out of here. Can't do it. I'm sorry. We can't do it. Can't do it, fam. It was under the Little John rule for a while. We didn't know what it meant. It was just, oh, look at that. But now we know what it means. If it would have turned out that the Zeke eating shit actually meant something else, they'd be like, whoa, Zeke, hold on. We ain't did what that mean? No, we done. Oh, it just means you just feed you. Okay, cool. But had it been something that y'all was gesturing that you eating ass, so I don't know what it would have been. We'd be like, hey, whoa, hold on. No, shit. What you eating? You eating dope? Get that out of here too. I'm just telling you, once we figure out what it's associated with, got to get it up out of here. I know it's the video game thing, but Ja, it's not. Yes, he has to be. I don't want Ja to not be Ja. I also don't want Ja to lose $150 million that he can never recover. I don't want that young man to lose $150 million, fam. And that's what he's done for no reason. Because he wants to shoot finger guns after he makes a three.
Ja tapped in, man. Ja might have a cousin turn that 50 back into 150. You feel me? Ja.
On that note.
Look, one thing we know about Memphis. I don't know if you up to date. I shout out to my boy Zebo and Tony Allen. Hey, Memphis is kind of with the stuff over there. They say when Memphis picked up Zebo and Tony Allen, the GM called them and said, hey, both of y'all, you a GD and you a BD. Y'all gonna be able to get along? So they tapped into Memphis over there. They let a lot of stuff slide in Memphis. They with this, it's hey, Memphis.
I'm we'll end on this. I just remembered that I got a flight coming up, I think next week or 2 weeks. But I looked at my ticket and I realized that I got a layover in LA, and I contemplated, do I need to check in? I don't know. I might have to check in just for the airport.
Hey, I tell you who not to call.
Do I need to check in? I'm gonna be there. I gotta go to LAX. I might have to check in. I don't know, Ross.
I tell you who not to call.
Hey, we up out of here, man. That's the show for today. Y'all tap in with us. Y'all check
like
in
the
with
video,
us.
Man. Like the video, tap in with us, man. We got a lot of good combos coming.
Yeah, check in with us on Tuesday. We out, man.